This is lesson 941, problem 989. So in this lesson, we're looking at graphing systems of inequalities. So now instead of just having one inequality, we will have two inequalities, and we have to figure out what the solution set is. So I'm going to look at the first inequality and get that one graphed first. So I have y is less than or equal to negative x plus 5. All right, so I'm going to do this one in blue. So again, I'm graphing that boundary line, so I'm pretending I have y equals negative x plus 5. So I know the starting point for this line is at 5. That's my y-intercept. And I know my slope is negative 1, so negative 1 over 1. So from there, I'm going to go, from my starting point, I'm going to go down 1 over 1 to the right, down 1 in the negative direction, over 1 in the positive direction, down 1 over 1. And I'm going to keep doing that. I could also reverse that and go up 1 over 1 to the left. All right, and then I'm going to graph this line, and I'm looking at the inequality, and I have less than or equal to. Since it has the equal to, this is going to be a solid line. So that means that the points on the line are also part of the solution. And then we're going to test a point to figure out which side of the line we need to shade in. So I'm going to just rewrite this down here. And I'm going to test the point again, 0, 0. It's a nice point to plug in, to substitute in for x and y. So I'm going to replace y with 0, and I'm going to replace x with 0. See what happens. So I get that 0 is less than or equal to 5. And that is true because 0 is less than 5. So since 0, 0, that point is below my line, I am going to shade everything below my line. So the solution set for that inequality was everything on my line and everything below it. Okay. All right, so then now I'm going to look at my second inequality I've given here. We'll do this one in red. All right. So that one, we need to first graph the boundary line, which would be if we had y is equal to 2/3 x minus 1. So on that one, my starting point, my y-intercept is at negative 1, and my slope is 2/3. So remember, change in y, we're changing x. So from that point, I go up 2 in the positive direction, over 3 in the positive direction, right? Because both of those numbers are positive. Up 2 over 3. If I want to reverse that, I would go down 2 and then over 3 the other direction, down 2 over 3 the other direction. Okay, now in this inequality, we do not have the equal to sign, we just have the greater than sign. So this line does not, is not a solid line, we have to have a dotted line because the numbers on that boundary line are not part of our solution. And then again, we're going to test a point. So since 0, 0 is not on my boundary line, I'm going to do that as my point again. So I'm going to let x and y equal 0 and see what happens. So I get that 0 is greater than negative 1. So think of a number line. Is 0 further to the right than negative 1? It is, so that is true. 0 is greater than negative 1. So I need to shade the side of my line where 0, 0 is, because that was a true statement. So 0, 0 is above my line, so I'm going to shade everything above my line. Okay, so my solutions for that inequality is everything above my line. Okay, so the solution set for this system is going to be where my two colors overlapped. So I'm going to just darken those in a different color so we can make it very clear. Let's see, I don't know what's going to work here. We'll try purple. All right, so my blue and my red are overlapping in this region here. Okay, so my solutions are everything in that region and everything on the line there. Okay, but not on the red line.